We're the Bully Busters. We eat straight rocks. If we catch you bullying, we'll knock off your socks.
Yo, what's good? My name is Chester. Say a bad word and you're gone for the semester.
And that is the theme of this video. I will be going over the top 10 best heels of 2024. Now, I have to go over some ground rules for this one because I wanted to make it like the previous video I just did where I had 5 men and 5 women make up a list of 10. But in reality, we did not have many good women heels this year. So I will be including a few, the ones who I actually think did a really good job, so I'm going to give them their praise, and I actually do think they were better than some of the men heels out there. But there are only 2 women on this list, and that's because there really haven't been that great of heels this year. So let's get started. At my number 10 position, I have Braun Breaker. Now, I think Braun Breaker has done an amazing job since being called up to the main roster. But to start his main roster point in time where he had not debuted for like the first month of his time up there, and it might have just been time off for him, so for that reason alone, I'm okay with that. But to be honest, you kind of forgot about him up until the point that he actually did debut. And so for that wasn't very good. But truthfully, I think he has done an amazing job at just being a heel. You know, that's what they had him do the moment he came up. I mean, he was a heel down in NXT, but right now he is a heel, and he has done very well at it. He does everything heels are supposed to do, from disrupting matches when he's not even involved in the match. He comes out and just is spearing people, causing havoc. That's exactly what he's supposed to do. But the main critique I have had of him is the fact that early on, he really was not sounding like a heel. He wasn't talking like a heel to the crowd when he was cutting a promo in the ring or cutting promos to other people standing like opposite of him in the ring. And backstage, when that is the perfect time to sound like a heel, he was really struggling at it. But I want to say within the last month or so, he is starting to get the hang of it. He is starting to look more comfortable out there, and oh my god, I cannot wait to see what comes from everything that he has done so far to everything that he can do in the future. I am really excited to see what Braun Breaker can do because, let's be honest here, he is the future of WWE. At my number 9 position, I have Ludwig Kaiser. Now, I have Kaiser ahead of Braun Breaker because Kaiser does exactly what Breaker doesn't do well, and that is talk. Kaiser is one of the best talking heels that WWE has, and he gets overshadowed immensely by Gunther. No one even really thinks about Kaiser in terms of great speakers and just great heels, but behind Gunther, you have one of the best. Kaiser just gets it. He understands the psychology behind being a good heel. It's all about crowd reaction and just being able to say things that'll just get the crowd fired up and angry at him, and he does it so well now. Kaiser just does exactly what you want your heels to do, and he does it so well, but he gets overshadowed by Gunther so much, and I hate that. But we just recently had something where Gunther basically told Ludwig to go and kind of just shave his own path, you know, create his own path, and show people who he is. And I am so excited to see what comes of that, because it seemingly looks like he's actually going to be going on an Intercontinental Championship push here, where he's been constantly involved in this little triangle of Sheamus, Braun Breaker, and Ludwig now, and that's good for him. That's really good for him, because he's bringing the heat outside of Breaker, you know. Kaiser can really talk, and that'll help bring out something in Breaker. And there's obviously Sheamus, but Kaiser has just done so well, and I just hate how overshadowed he gets by Gunther. So this is to sing Kaiser his praise. At my number 8 position, I have one of the 2 females. I have Nia Jax. I think Nia has done so good at just bringing something interesting to the women's division. there has just not been anything interesting. And she's the one thing that just has been semi-interesting. I mean, at least it's semi. And that's why I put her up here, is just because she's been the mainstay in the heels throughout her entire career. She's always been a heel. I've never seen her as a face. Even in her first run with WWE, I don't think she was a face. I think she's always been a heel, and she's just a good gets it. But the problem is that she's not over with the fans very much, so she doesn't get booed as much, but that's okay, because she is saying what she should be saying. It's just she's got to work on getting over with the crowd. That's the only thing she really needs to work on a lot. I think she's okay in the ring. I don't think she's great by any means, but I don't think she's terrible. So she doesn't have to worry about that as much. But her talking, I think it'll come with getting over with the fans. I think she already does say the right things. I don't think she has to really worry about that or fix anything like that. But seriously, outside of Nia, there really hasn't been that mainstay heel that can just be a heel all the time. And they're trying other things with the likes of Rhea. I hate to say her name every single video I have, but it's true. They're trying something new with Rhea, having her be like a anti-hero or a face for whatever reason. She's not good as it, but she needs to be a heel. But that's beside the point. Nia, I think, is good at just keeping the women's division interesting and having that heel that they can just rely on. At my number 7 position, this will definitely surprise you, I have Roman Reigns. Now, hear me out. Roman is not higher because he hasn't been a heel for the entirety of 2024. It was only from the beginning of January to WrestleMania, and then we lost him up until SummerSlam, and then he returned as a face. But I think Roman did an okay job during his heel run at the beginning of the year, but to be honest, it wasn't like his 2023 or 2022 when that was his peak of being a heel. You could definitely see a little bit of regression in that sense. I don't think people obviously hate Roman. Roman's the most beloved in the company still, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling the same heel Roman Reigns that I was feeling within 2022 and 2023. So for that reason alone, that his rank, and I think other people have stepped their game up, so that's also another reason his ranking is where it's at. But truthfully, I think with that little feud he had, probably the biggest outside of Drew and CM Punk, the biggest feud of 2024 in Cody, Seth versus Roman and Rock, I think Roman was the weakest link in that entire feud. I think he did not do a great job at carrying that feud. I think Rock, Cody, and Seth did an absolutely fantastic job at it, but you could tell Roman was far and behind, You can just tell Roman was far and beyond the weakest one on the mic. He just wasn't quick with the comebacks or anything like that. And I get it, he was following the Tribal Chief character of being calm, cool, and collected, but I don't know, it just didn't really fit in that certain scenario, and that's why I have Roman at number 7. At my number position, I have Finn Balor. Now, Finn is strictly here because of what he did at SummerSlam to Priest. His betrayal was one of the biggest things of the year, and that is already in itself a really, really big heel thing to do, and so that alone is what carries his ranking to number 6. Roman never had anything like that, so that's why I have Finn's ranking higher than him. And I love what they have been doing with Finn, basically planting seeds of another betrayal between him and Dom, and possibly a little split between that Judgment Day. Who knows what's going to happen with that. But they're planting seeds. I love that. Finn's just, you can just tell he's the intelligent one, you know? Finn is just trying to, I don't know, just warp the entire Judgment Day and their perspectives and everything like that. And I just love his little mastermind character that they have done with him. And you could sense the betrayal with Priest coming for like a year, but they have done such a good job at just waiting and just drawing it out a little bit. Triple H loves to take his time with these storylines, and he did just that with this betrayal storyline. But I think it was done so well because you just got to the breaking point and that's when it happened. And I think Finn has done really, really good up until SummerSlam. And then there was a point in time there where SummerSlam kind of just was a big thing, and then we went downhill. And they didn't really do a lot with Finn and Priest's feud. I think that could have been a big money feud, but they kind of just fumbled the bag in that sense. So I'm hoping they make up for that, but Finn at number 6. Now at my number 5 position, I have the other female on this list, and that being Liv Morgan. I think Liv Morgan has done an absolutely phenomenal job. Women's entire division, Raw and SmackDown combined this year. She is easily, hands down, the female superstar of the year. She is easily in the running for superstar of the year, and she should seriously be considered for it, because I think she has done an absolutely phenomenal job at just being a heel that you hate. And we have not had a female heel like that in a long time. Yes, there was Rhea, but I don't know, it's just the way Liv talks. Liv's talking is better than Rhea's, and Liv is just able to get over with the crowd in a heel way, you know? It's the way she talks that just makes people hate her, and the person that she is with now is another reason why people hate her a lot, and I'll get into him later. But I really do believe that this heel run for her has basically revived her career. She was on a downward spiral a little bit, but since she has revived her career, and she's easily one of the biggest, if not the biggest, superstar on WWE's roster right now. And that's saying something, because there's quite a few big names on it. And I just can't say enough how much she just needed something different. She needed to be involved with other people, and they did that, and this has helped her so much. Liv at number 5. At my number 4 position, I have Dominic Mysterio. Now, I just said it, I was going to get into him in a minute, and here I go. I really think this has been Dom's best year by far, and it didn't even happen until Rhea went out. And that's insane to say, because Rhea went out around in the middle of April, and that's when Dom started to take off. Dom has just done so well with being that person of interest. You're just interested in just seeing what he was going to do next, and he's easily hands down to watch right now, and there's just no debate about it. Every time I go to watch Raw, he's the one I'm looking for. He's the one I want to watch. And it's because he just knows how to tell stories. He does it so well. And I don't know how or why the crowd boos him the way they do, but oh my goodness, he just gets booed out of the building like crazy. And he doesn't have to say anything or even do anything, and the crowd just boos him. They boo him when they see him, and it's just so good to see. Lately though, I have to be honest, there has been some cheers for him. People are starting to cheer him a little bit, and moving forward, I want you guys to all look out for that. I want you guys to try to see if you guys see it, because seriously, he is starting to get a little bit of cheers, and that is dangerous, because if he is right now your best heel, and we might have something big coming for him. If you are a Dom fan, I would really look forward to what's to come for him, because he has done so well this year, and I cannot wait to see what's going to happen with his character going forward. I mean, he's basically helped Liv Morgan create her heel character, and I mean, seriously, without Dom, I don't think Liv's heel character goes the path it has so far. And that's the kick of it all. I mean, seriously, he has just helped her so much. At my number 3 position, I have Gunther. Now, Gunther easily has had the best year of his career. Yes, he lost at WrestleMania to Sami Zayn and ending his amazing IC title run, but now he has the World Heavyweight Championship, and he is even doing better with that than he did with the IC title, and it's mainly because he against better opponents. I think Gunther has easily become one of the best speakers on the mic, because he is able to get under people's skin. He knows what to say and when to say it, and he has just done so well at just being that heel that people can boo. He is getting to Dom level booing, and that is good. That is really, really good for him because he's also credible. So that's why I really am excited for what's going to happen with him, because if he is getting Dom level booing and he actually has the skill to back it up, ooh, we got a dangerous heel right there. I mean, he had an amazing, amazing run with his IC title, but has been overshadowed by the fact that it's not against the greatest of opponents. Yes, they gave him some good opponents here and there, having some banger matches with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, but it is, I mean, he's already off to a hot start with his World Heavyweight Championship. It's gonna only get better. I think his when he started feuding with Priest in the middle of July and went to SummerSlam, I think that's when his real heelness came out. I think he has benefited immensely from that. I think he's one of the better superstars this year. I think he's done really good with the opportunity that he has been given. Now at my number 2 position, I have The Rock. Now, The Rock is only at number 2 because, let's be real, the number 1 has been way more active than he has. The Rock only was active from the beginning of January until WrestleMania. He had an amazing match at WrestleMania, and then he played a pretty big role in the Sunday night main event when Roman and Cody went at it for the WWE Championship. But Rock did so well at just carrying that feud up until WrestleMania. As I said, Rock did all the work for that feud. I mean, seriously, he talked his ass off and got so much just like hype for that match. I mean, it's The Rock, so there's gonna be hype, but he even brought more attention to that match. Rock brought in a lot of attention, a lot of audience that might not have actually have tuned in for that match. And he brought WWE back to the promised land. Ever since WrestleMania, WWE has been striving, and it's because Rock went heel. Rock was initially not supposed to go heel, and then he ended up going heel, and I think that has helped so much with bringing WWE back up. And I really am happy to see that, because WWE has just fallen off. It had fallen off for a while, and now it's getting back up there, and I'm just so happy to see that. But it's because of The Rock. The Rock, he can just say whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants, and we saw it all the time. I mean, from dropping swears in the ring, on promos, to busting Cody open on just a random episode of Raw. Like, it's The Rock. He can do whatever he wants, and he is just so damn good at it. And last but not least, at my number 1 position, I have Drew McIntyre. He, in my opinion, is easily the male superstar of the year, if not the superstar of the year. I think him and Liv are easily the top 2 superstars of the year. I think Drew has done a phenomenal job this year. I think Drew is so good at just being an ass. Like, he is so good at it. I mean, Dom gets the heel heat, but Drew does too, and Drew, he's so much better. It's just, I don't know, it's the psychology. It really is. Dom's getting it a lot, but Drew, oh my god, he is just next level. I mean, I can't even find the words to describe how much fun Drew is to watch. I mean, we just watched the best feud that WWE has had in a long time between Drew and CM Punk, and that wasn't even for a freaking title. That wasn't even for a title. That was just a basic blood feud, and that's just phenomenal. We haven't had something like that in a long time. There has not been a feud between people that doesn't involve the title that you can find the most interesting on the show. There is barely anything like that. I mean, Seth and Bronson Reed are trying to get there, but I mean, there is just nothing like Drew and CM Punk. What? I mean, I was just flabbergasted by. I mean, that feud was phenomenal. I'm telling you. If you have not, I don't know, if you were living under a rock some way, somehow, please go back and just watch through that feud. It was so damn good. I mean, I hope we revisit it, because again, yes, we got to the point where, I mean, there wasn't much left for them to do, but yes, we got to the point where they didn't have much left to do, but it's Drew and CM Punk. I mean, they can make anything entertaining, and CM Punk is already one of the most over faces they have, because he can do both so damn well. He can be a heel so well, and he can be a face so well. But having someone so likable like Punk being beat up every single chance McIntyre got was just bringing so much heat to McIntyre that made me fall in love with him. I mean, I wasn't the biggest Drew McIntyre fan. After this feud happened, I miss McIntyre. Bring him back. I mean, we have not had a heel like that in a long time. Now that was my top 10. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it down below. I'm sure I'm missing someone. Please let me know who it may be, because as we all know, I am very biased. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say about who you guys possibly think I missed. I mean, I know I missed someone like a Carmelo Hayes. So if you want to add Carmelo Hayes, you can. Jimmy Uso, possibly. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, if you wanted to add another female to the roster, to this list, I would really actually love to hear who you would think. I mean, you could consider Rhea from the beginning of January to WrestleMania, but I think that was around the time that fans started to like her a lot, and she was getting more cheers than she was boos. So that's why I didn't include her on this list. But I would love to hear what you guys have to say, as I've been saying all the time. Leave your comments down below, and until next time, see ya.